Hi everyone, this is Neel Raithatha, also known as the Wax Whisperer. Thank you for joining me in my latest video. We have here a patient who attended with bilateral fully occluding earwax, and the patient is guilty as charged. They owned up to poking inside their ears, and they've used a combination of a cotton bud, and you may see some of the woolly strands embedded into the surface of the wax. In addition, they use their fingernail, and they've got quite sharp fingernails, and you may just see in the center of that plug of wax a little indentation, a little widening and opening, and it's very likely that the nail went through that. And this patient could barely hear upon attending. They're also experiencing otalgia. So otalgia is the medical name given for ear pain or earache. The consistency of the wax between the two ears is slightly different as well. This ear is more caramel, toffee type consistency. You can see it's very sticky. I tried to perform microsuction initially, but because of the consistency of the wax, the tip of the suction probe actually sort of suctioning the wax, so it's embedding and indenting into the wax. And with St. Bart's ear hook, it just dissected through the wax plug like a hot knife through butter. And with the Jobson horn, unfortunately, although I got a little bit out near the entrance, it began to spread this wax against the canal wall, almost like when you're spreading your butter or jam on your slice of toast. So I've decided to change the consistency of the earwax, and we do that by instilling medical grade olive oil spray. The particular olive oil spray I use is from a company called Clear, and just for conflict of interest, I'm also their healthcare advisor, and we sell the Clear olive oil spray to people in the UK. If you are interested, you can visit our website. The URL's there, bottom right, it's also in the description, and we can ship it out to you. And currently we're not selling any to our professionals. We had a professional online shop, but we're just making some improvements and changes to that, and we anticipate to open the online shop again in a couple of months. And what the olive oil does, it not only does it soften the surface of the earwax, but it lubricates the ear canal wall, so it reduces friction, and it helps to bind the wax together, and it also lubricates the inside of the suction probe, so it prevents blockages from occurring. Quite often with really sticky especially more glutinous wax, as you're vacuuming the wax gets trapped. It blocks, occludes the inside lumen of the suction probes. The oil helps to reduce any blockages. I've just had to put a bit more drops because it was really impacted. You may have seen there, I started to lift and retract the wax plug off the canal wall near the base, and now I'm working at the top. And when you've got these woolly strands, or it could well as easily be hair in the ear, when it mats up against the wax, it's a bit more difficult to get a suction grip. So just on the back part of the ear canal, you can see I'm just trying to gently peel it away. And once you start peeling it away, it gives you more wriggle room to start manipulating the wax and bringing it forwards and out of the ear. So it's just stuck there to the right, so I'm just giving it a little wriggle here. The oil also helps to obtain a suction grip, particularly with really hard wax. If you've got hard wax with a rough exterior, the suction probe is unable to really grip onto it. So by softening the surface, it allows the suction probe to make good contact with the surface of the wax plug and enhance the suction grip. Now, you can see this wax plug is extending all the way to the patient's eardrum. If you look at the bottom of the screen, you can see we've lifted this off the floor of the ear canal, and you can actually see the whole length of the wax plug going all the way to the eardrum. I've decided to see if I can just use forceps to pull this out, because it was large, but because of the consistency of the wax, the forceps is just cutting through, and you can see how it is there at the tip. It's sort of pulling at the wax, it's cutting through it. So I've decided to go back to the suction probe. I'm going to lift it up. The bottom of this wax plug is enveloped by some dead skin, keratin. You can see that white glossy layer. That's actually dead skin, and that was formerly on the canal wall, and that skin has died and shedded, and it's replaced by another layer of skin that's coating the canal wall now. So this skin, it acts like double-sided sticky tape. Not only does it adhere itself to the underneath of the wax plug, but it also attaches to the canal wall, so we're having to remove that. Now, I've loosened the wax plug all the way to the eardrum. You can see it there, and I'm just going to wriggle it left to right, and you can see that movement is helping to bring the wax plug forwards, and the oil again helps to facilitate that movement forwards. Oil can work similar to soap. If you've got a ring stick on your finger, it just provides some lubrication, and it helps you to wriggle the ring out off your finger, and in the same way it helps you to wriggle earwax out of the ear. So we're nearly there. Patient's got quite an oval shaped ear, like a rugby ball or American football. Most of our ears are oval shaped. That's the patient's eardrum. Looks healthy enough. And this is their right ear. So this ear was a lot more stickier, a lot more glutinous. I've put some olive oil spray in already. I had to use it on several occasions. You can see what I mean here by the difference in consistency. It's very sticky and gooey, and it's like vacuuming wet mud. And I don't know why I've used that analogy, because it's not something that you would do, vacuuming wet mud, but you can imagine the difficulty you would have. So the secret with this type of wax is not to embed the wax, the sucker into the wax. You need to just hover over the surface and just loosen it, and don't be afraid to use drops, because the drops really help, and you'll see how effective the drops are in a moment. So there's stuck here at the back part of the ear canal. I'm just trying to bring this away, and then I'm going to go to the bottom where I am now, and then to the front part of the ear canal. And then to the top, and I'm just trying to roll it down. Quite often with wax like this, the surface is very glutinous, so the lateral aspect of the wax that's facing towards the entrance is very sticky and glutinous, but deeper in the ear, it's a bit firmer. So if you can get a bit deeper into the ear sometimes and get a suction grip against a bit more of the firmer wax, you can bring it all out in one go. And I've just put some more oil there so it penetrates a bit deeper. And I'm just trying to loosen it from the bottom again, from the back part of the ear canal. And I'm just going to go a bit deeper into the ear, trying to latch onto the wax that's a bit deeper. And back to the front. And you can see that oil is really helping us. It's binding the wax together. And there we are. I managed to remove that from the ear. It's probably half the size of the plug in the left ear, so the left ear is significantly worse. Quite a bendy, narrow, twisty ear. So there is some sticky residue at the back part of the ear canal. We're not going to get all of it out. I did just hover over trying to peel it away. I got most of it out. It's relatively insignificant. We were just beginning to get some clarinetting near the end, so I decided to leave the rest. If we're on the cartilaginous portion, we can put pressure against the canal and almost scoop it off the canal wall. But this is the bony part where we're on now, so you can see I'm a lot more cautious in that region. Back to the cartilaginous portion, we put a bit more pressure here. It made a big difference to the patient. They recently were on holiday with friends and they were not able to converse. So they felt really withdrawn and isolated. So, and that's one of the main symptoms of hearing loss. It's not only the ability not to hear, but that prevents you from engaging and partaking in conversation with friends and family. It can leave you isolated and withdrawn. So it made a huge difference to the patient. They have to attend every couple of years, so it's been about 24 months since the last visit. So you can see this is dead skin that I'm trying to peel away. It's oxidized, it's keratinous, it's got you can tell by the colour that it's oxidized, and it's got the keratin, the yellowy appearance. So keratin is a protein. It has some health benefits in the ear. It's hydrophobic. It helps to repel water out of the ear. In addition, it helps to reflect harmful UV rays. So the skin cells in the ear, 70% of them are called keratinites, and they do shed and reproduce. And these keratinites they at the surface, once they eventually reach the surface, they're called corneocytes, and then these corneocytes then shed and migrate out of the ear. So they're the two plugs. The plug to the right is the left ear, plug to the left is the right ear. I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. Take care, keep well, and speak soon. Bye.